If you had told me a couple of years ago that after 32 years, I would finally get to the point where staying was harder than leaving, I would have said no way, right? I grew up in a family where my dad had been married 5 times and my mom a couple, and I was never going to do it in my mind. And after 32 years, staying was harder than the uncertainty of getting a divorce. So I'm going to address how you can do it, how you can successfully sell your house if you need to, if you're going through a divorce or you're going through a separation. It won't be easy. Just remember that. It won't be easy, right? But if you're in a situation where it's so miserable that the only alternative is to get a divorce or get a separation, but you know that you have to sell the house in order to move forward, the smartest thing that you can do is try to at least agree on a real estate agent who you know is professional, who can remain neutral, who has been there, and who can help you navigate the uncertainty. I guarantee you, what you don't want to happen, and I see this happen too often, is that a couple is getting separated or getting a divorce. Neither one of them can afford to keep the house, so they have to sell it. And then neither one of them agree of what to do, of what price to sell it at, of what realtor to use. And then the house ends up going into foreclosure. And then guess what happens then? Both sets of people have bad credit for a good long time. A very good long time. You do not want to get to the point where you go into foreclosure at all, right? So what I would say to you is this: if you know that you're going to need to separate, if you're going to get a divorce, try to at least agree on a real estate agent who you both know, who you both like, and who you both trust, and you know that that person can get the job done for you, and then trust that real estate agent to do what's in your best interest, right? So the main goal for sellers, right, even if you're getting a divorce or if you're getting separated, both of your main goal is going to be, let's make the most amount of profit off the sale of this home as we possibly can, right? That's one thing that you should be able to agree on. And then the second thing is, find a real estate agent in your area who is going to remain neutral and professional and is going to work their tail off to maximize profits for you, because you're both going to need it. Divorce is not cheap. I just did it. I just went through a divorce. 32 very long years that I tried to make it work, and at the end it was harder to stay than it was to leave. So keep this in mind. It's not going to be easy, but it's absolutely doable. If neither one of you want to buy out the other person and stay in the home, or look, a lot of times one person wants to stay in the home and they just cannot afford to buy out the other person, and they can't afford to stay, right? Most of us have a mortgage on our houses. It's the sad reality. So if you're going to get a divorce, if you're going to get a separation, the most important thing to keep in mind is that you hire a real estate agent. And remember, you shouldn't have to pay them anything up front. If you hire me as your real estate agent to represent you, to sell your house and your land, to get it sold, you're not going to pay me a penny unless I sell it for you, which means I'm incurring all of the charges up front, all of the costs up front, the marketing, the advertising, the photographer, the signage, all the things that are going to go into maximizing profits for you to help you during the divorce proceedings, during the separation, during all of those things, right? So, number one, most important thing is to get in touch with a real estate agent who you both know, like, and trust, who you know sells lots and lots and lots of homes, who will remain neutral throughout the entire process. Listen, I've done it many, many, many times. It's not fun, it's not easy, but it is absolutely doable. Y'all have a great day. And remember this, in real estate, there are no stupid questions. If you're in a situation where you need to be separated or you need to get a divorce and you need to sell your house and you just do not even know where to begin, absolutely give me a call. I'd love to have a conversation with you, or message me and let's set up an appointment. Y'all take